Alright, today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting integers. So, first, let's take a look at this. It says we can use algebra tiles to add positive and negative integers. So right now, this problem right here says 4 plus negative 2 equals 2. Now, we can cancel out pairs. So what that means is we can, since we have more positives than we have negatives, we can combine them to make something called a zero pair. So when we have one positive and one negative, those cancel out and they make a zero pair. So we go until we only have one color left, and so what we have left is 2. So 2 positives, so they're green. So 4 plus negative 2 equals 2. So that's how we would do this with algebra tiles. So this equation right here, we can say that we have 3 positives and we have 6 negatives. So what this says is 3 plus negative 6. Now, we don't really want to write it like that, because if you wrote 3 plus negative 6 like that, it would look like 3 plus minus 6. And that can get a little confusing. So we're going to throw these parentheses around it, just so we know what's going on. Alright, now if I wanted to solve this, again, we can make our zero pairs. And so we're going to combine all these red and greens until all that I have left is one color. Alright, so now I have 3 reds left. So what that means is that 3 plus negative 6 is negative 3. Alright, so let's take a look at this. So we can try it. So drag the algebra tiles to show and solve each equation. Remember, the green tiles are positive 1 and the red tiles are negative 1. So we got 6 reds, so 5, 6, and then we have 3 greens. Alright, so then it says we want to solve. So this says negative 6 plus 3. So you should be able to look at this and know that we're going to have a negative answer because I have more negatives here. So I'm going to make my zero pairs. And so what I have left is 3 red ones. So 3 red ones represents negative 3. Okay. Now we have this one saying 5 negatives. So 5 reds. Now we want to go plus negative 3. So now we got 3 of these. So we look at this and we say, well, I don't have any positives, so I can't make any zero pairs. So I just count up how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's my answer. So I have negative 8. So negative 5 plus negative 3 is negative 8. Alright, if we go down here, we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positive greens, and 1, 2 negative reds. Make our zero pairs, so we get that. And I have left over 3 positives. So my answer to 5 plus negative 2 is 3. And our last one over here, we have 4 positives and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 negatives. So you should see that I got a lot more negatives, so my answer is probably going to be a negative, but let's check it out and see. So I'll make my zero pairs. So I have 4 reds left, so that means I have negative 4 as my answer. So negative 8 plus 4 equals negative 4. So that's how we do it with our algebra tiles. Alright, we could also do it on a number line. So if I wanted to add 3 plus 5, I start at 3 on the number line and move 5 spaces to the right. So if you notice, alright, so since it says we want to start at 3, that's going to be our first number, and we're counting how far we moved to the right, and since we went to the right, that means we added 5, or we added something, so a positive number, we added a positive number, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then since we ended on 8, that's where we get. So again, started on 3. We went 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since we moved to the right on the number line, that means we added a positive number, and we're always adding. So we got 8. So if we look at this one, it says when you add a positive number, you move to the right on the number line. Here is how we find out the answer to negative 5 plus 10. So again, always wherever you're starting at, that's your starting point. So that's negative 5. So this would be negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. And you count how far you went over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means negative 5 plus 10 equals, and then you ended on positive 5. So that's how we did negative 5 plus 10. And then we know that that equals 5. Alright, so if we want to show each problem on the number line, we use the red dots for the starting point, blue for the addition, and green dots for the answer. So click on the problem to see the answer once we get it. So negative 6 is where we want to start. So 1, so here's 0, so since it's negative, it means we move to the left. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. We put that above it. And then we're going to have our, and since we're adding positive 4, that means we're going to move our shape. We're going to move our shape 4 spaces to the right. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. And so there's my ending point. So there's where my green one should go. And so if we count this, that means we were 1, 2, negative 2. So let's check if we got that right. So there you go. Nice job. Alright, if we take this one, we want to go to negative 8 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it says we want to go plus 9. And put that there. If we want to go plus 9, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to end right there. So there's my green dot. And so since that's 1 to the right of the 0, that means it's a positive since it moves to the right. Check that one. Nice job. And our last one, we have negative 3, so 1, 2, 3. So we're right there. And we're going to have our arrow, which is for the plus 7. We're going to move that 7 places, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's where we're going to end up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to say that negative 3 plus 7 is 4. We'll check it. Nice job. So that's how we graph it using one line when we're adding positive number. Right now, if we move to the right when adding a positive number, that means you must do the opposite, which is move to the left when adding a negative. So it's kind of like flipping around backwards. So in this example, they started at 5, added a negative 3. So since it was negative, they moved left 3, and then ended on the 2. So adding a negative number moves you to the left on the number line. So again, start at negative 2, add a negative, so you're going left. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ends at negative 7. So that's what that all means. Alright, so if we want to show this one, same thing we did with the other one. So always start where it says. So since 4 is the first number, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's where we're going to start. We're adding a negative, so that means we're moving left. So we'll start there. And, oh, whoops, messed up. Start over. Alright, so start on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Adding a negative, so we want to try and hold on to this. Alright, so add negative 3, so 1, 2, 3. So that's where I'm going to end. So that's 1 to the right, so 4 plus negative 3, I'm going to say is positive 1. Nice job. Alright, since I have a negative 1 as my first one, that's where I'm going to start. So we're going to start right here. I'm adding a negative, so that means I'm going to move to the left. And since it was a 5, that means we're going 5 to the left. So we're just going to count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll put my green dot down here. So now we're going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're ending at -6, so that's what I'm going to say my answer is. -6. Alright, and our last one right here. We have +1 plus a -7. Maybe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to put my green dot down there. And I can look at that and I can say, well, that looks like a -6. And see, and in fact it is. Okay. Alright, now, we can try these problems without the number line. So it says write your answer in the line, then erase to see if you're correct. Now, when we solve like this, you need to look, and if you are, whenever you're adding, we look at the signs. We have one positive and one negative, and if they're different signs, we subtract the two and take the sign of the bigger absolute value, so the one that has the most positives or the most negatives in it. So we have a positive and a negative here. So this is 17 minus, or plus a -12. So those are opposites. So we're going to subtract them. So 17 minus 12 is 5. I'm going to keep the sign of the bigger one. So 17 had more positives than 12. So I'm going to say that that answer is 5. Okay, different signs again. So subtract. 6 minus 3 is 3. And since I had more negatives, I'm going to keep it as negative. Different signs. So 11 minus 5 is 6. I had more negatives. Different signs. 10 minus 8 is 2. I had more negatives. And different signs. 20 minus 6 is 14, and I had more positives. So those are what I'm saying the answer is. Let's check out and see if we got it right. 5, -3, -6, -2, and 14. Nice job. Alright, and over here, same signs. So now when we have same signs, that means we add the two numbers together and keep the sign that's there. So 10 plus, so -10 and -5, so that's -15. Since 10 plus 5 is 15, and then we keep the negative sign. So -7 and -3, same signs. So that's a 10. Keep the negative sign. -22 plus -22. So we get a 44. And then we keep the negative sign. 16 plus -20, different signs. So we go back to doing it like we did over here, where different signs we subtract when they don't have it. So 20 minus 16 is 4. And you gotta look and see which one had more in it, the positives or the negatives. So I had more negatives. So I'm gonna say -4. And over here, that answer is gonna be -13. So again, let's check and make sure we got it right. -15, -10, -44, -4, and